Hello everyone and welcome to the opportunity for school garden-based health education in a lower income diverse urban school district review. What I want you to think about as you read through this article and digest some of the content is taking a look at how the article is actually structured, for one. Take a look at the background and its purpose, what the methodology is, and notice how it's all formatted and put into context. One of the things is I'm going to point out here is in this particular article, we look at enrichment activities and how they're associated with social adjustment, civic engagement, and increased educational achievement. Well, when you do a community-based project or you do any community-based learning, you're not only learning about the community that it's immersed in, but you're also looking at how you can change some of the educational achievement. Okay, in this case, they're looking at youth. Okay. Another thing to consider, I'm going to highlight here, is specifically garden-based health education has positively impacted the wellness by trying new fruits and vegetables. Think about how this could have helped you in the past. I'll give you an example. School lunches in my day and age, it was that nasty fruit cocktail and soggy green beans and icky carrots that were chewy, gross, during school lunch, or cardboard pizza. Imagine implementing a school garden that brings in fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay. And one of the things that I thought was interesting too, as I went through the article, is the health benefits. Think about how if we incorporated that, we could maybe potentially decrease obesity in our children and provide better nutrients for growth. I'm going to kind of highlight that. Let's continue on. I want you to focus in on the methodology for this particular article because it's pretty well laid out. So they talk about what the actual type of study design is. It's a qualitative design using a purposeful sampling. Purposeful sampling. Qualitative design, purposeful sampling. Okay? Where it took place. But the participants. Okay, the purposeful sampling, they did purposely look at principals and teachers. Okay? 14 of 23 non-magnet public elementary schools. They could have expanded this and did middle school and potentially high school, or they could have included the magnet schools. They first did an electronic email to contact, and then they did separate. They had to get consent from principals. They invited them. So, would you like to participate? Sure, we'd love to participate. And then they did a separate one-on-one interviews. And they had 2 tables listed, and just kind of take a look at both tables, okay, and see how some of the questions are similar. And that's what you kind of want to do, because principals will have a different perspective than the teachers will have. Okay, so taking a look at that, again, they did semi-structured interviews. Okay, 2 types of guides. They used Microsoft Word, audio recordings, okay, how they did it, kind of an FYI. This is pretty cool if you ever get a chance to look it up. Pretty cool. And then they created a figure. I'm going to go right there. Okay. And this is their steps. This is the qualitative analysis steps. Boom, boom, boom. So if you're doing a qualitative research, this could help you. Okay. And then they did some themes and sub-themes. And what did they find out? Well, they looked at impoverished communities. They looked at limited school resources. And I think it's interesting that principals discussed the many challenges. Every district has challenges, whether you're an affluent district or you're an urban district or you're a rural district. Rural districts and urban districts tend to have more poverty, but that doesn't mean we can't find the resources for them, or we can't come up with the resources for them. We can't write grants for them. We can't. Can we not? We can. Can we guide teachers on how to build these programs? We sure can. Okay. What I thought was interesting too is garden produce as food for students. What? I love this idea of snacks as taste tests. Getting kids to eat more than chicken nuggets and french fries. Salad is good. Radishes are good. I mean, Kids Food Basket is doing this now. So, Kids Food Basket's in Kent County, in Grand Rapids. They also have one in Allegan, Holland, and in Muskegon, Michigan. The other thing I want to point out is the experiential learning. Getting your hands, no pun intended, dirty. Okay? Having a real life application. Knowing where the food comes from. Okay? And I love this right here. Probably should point that out. They tie in all the aspects of learning too. Not just the health aspects, but the science and the math. And you can actually do the English. And the English will come down at the bottom as they talk about cultural references. Okay? And they talk about, again, limited resources. And my favorite is down here, the lesson plan. Okay, teachers often reported that a series of school garden lesson plans would support school garden programs. Teachers already stretch for time. How can you help a teacher develop a school-based garden with maybe culinary literacy lessons, nutrition lessons, with kitchen lessons, with food lessons, with you name it? Can you incorporate all of those into a traditional classroom and have students learn and discuss with you? I also thought that this was interesting too. Additional research is needed, wait, what? To determine if school garden programs can significantly impact nutritional attitudes, behaviors in lower income and racially and ethnically diverse districts. That ties back up to here, folks. What can we do? Okay. Finally, I want you to also take a good look at the limitations. Okay. Think about what limitations potentially you could come up with other than what they have here. Okay. We don't know the gender or the racial backgrounds of any of the teachers. That could play a factor, right? Okay. Let's see here. One thing is purposely selected from elementary schools. They could expand it, right, to high schools, middle schools. I mentioned that before. They could do more interviews. It's very small. Okay. But what's another thing that's important? And I'm going to look up here. Where did I read that? Okay. Finally, health educators, CHES, should develop garden programs which are inclusive and engage a variety of school and community stakeholders so that the beneficial garden-based programs can be sustained throughout. Hear that. Challenge. How would you do it? This concludes the little mini overview of this particular article. I hope you enjoy. I know I did. And see you in the next one.